Hi everyone, John here. We're at the Gibson Custom shop today and we're going to be picking out some killer tops for guitars that we're going to be having built. If you ever see any guitars on our website or in our social media or advertising that have a hand-picked top, this would be the kind of top that you would be getting. So these are classed as a 3A top, and that's not to say if you just buy a regular Gibson Custom 59 Les Paul, the top wouldn't be as good as something like this. But the whole thing with us coming and picking the tops is just, we know, or I think we know, like what a lot of our customers like, but there's a lot of kind of tops that I specifically like that I think really work for our sales and like I say, for what our consumers want. I try and go with tops that kind of encapsulate the old vintage vibe but have kind of a little bit of flash about them as well. But we do try and get a bit of a mixture, so if you do want something that's a bit more figured, then we'll have that. But if you also want something that has some striations and some watermarks and some, you might not class it as an imperfection, but it's just the best of Mother Nature, I think, when you see a few of these little swirls and kind of like a little funny little grain marks, which kind of what makes it so cool. We've got a few hundred tops that we're going to be choosing from here. So these are all the AAA tops, and then just over this side as well we've also got some Torrified maple, which is the heat treated process. So there is a bit of a consideration there when we're speccing out Torrified top guitars, that we make sure we choose the kind of the right burst. I think with these ones we're thinking about maybe doing some like a natural kind of stain on them, or just like a sealer coat, just so that it enhances the colour, or maybe just do a very light burst around the edge. You know, if you end up doing something like a really dark burst, you're not going to get the best of seeing the Torrified wood in its full effect there. We're going to be putting together an album of all the tops that we're choosing, so if there's anything on there that you like the look of, you'll have access to the link and you can be able to choose one of those tops and choose yourself your perfect burst guitar. But let me just show you the whole process of how we identify a top that we really like. A bit of a spray, don't need much on there. I'll just give that, and that just gives you a nice idea of how the grain will look once the burst has been applied to it, or the stain has been applied to it. So you can see there, like I said earlier, it's not a kind of, a totally perfect kind of top. It's got, a little bit of fallout kind of around the edges, but I want these tops to be like this. I don't want it to look like a PRS. If you want a PRS, then get a PRS. I want this to have, some vintage vibe to it, to have some kind of watermarks in the top there, and it's good old Mother Nature, just some some imperfections and some character in the top. So we will be picking some that are maybe a little bit more pinstripey to the edge, but I just feel like this is my perfect kind of top for a hand-picked top, because it has a bit of flash, plus it has a bit of soul to it as well. So I think that's a really, really nice top. We'll probably make a few different piles. There will be 100% yeses, 100% no's, and then the maybes, because sometimes you need to come back and have another look, and tomorrow we'll be coming back to sign off on all the tops and choose all of the ones that we're going to keep and then get put into productions. So let us know what you think, and we just can't wait to get stuck in and get some more amazing guitars at Peach. It's day 2, it's decision time. So we went through around about 300 different tops yesterday to pick out the best of the best. but we're actually going to do a second pass as well, because sometimes, you know, you come back and you look at these things and you see things a little bit differently, but ultimately we just want to make sure we've got the best of the best here. There's around about 70, but I guess we'll end up with around about 50 tops. So once we've made our decision and made sure that everything is up to standard for what we want, we'll then photograph them all individually, and then you'll be able to pick from any of those. What I will say is, if you do see anything here that you want to turn into your dream R9 or dream Gibson guitar, please let us know straight away, because we can't just leave these tops waiting for a spec, otherwise, you know, they'll get put back into inventory here. We need to make sure that within the next week or so, all of these tops are spec'd out, and if you guys you know, can't decide on a spec, we'll end up just choosing our own R9s for all of these guitars. So, but yeah, if there's anything you like the look of, get in contact, let us know, and we can help you build your dream Les Paul. Nah. It's a beaut as well. Yeah. That's killer, isn't it? Okay, we came, we saw, we conquered. We've got the best of the best. We're so happy with the selection of tops that we've got, and we're going to produce some absolutely killer 59 Les Pauls. Just want to say a big thanks to all of our friends at the Gibson Custom Shop. We've had a great time as always, and thank you Nashville for providing us with some beautiful sunshine. Thank you so much.